Welcome to the newest installment of the Untitled Film Nerd Project. My name is Philip, and joining me as always is Teacher.
Hello.
And we are going to be doing something a little different. We said at the end of this year's horror movie marathon that we were going to be jumping back into TV shows because we have a lot to catch up on. We initially said we were going to do Haunting of Hill House, and we were going to. But I had a guest over the weekend, and they wanted to watch the newest season of Channel Zero, and TJ was down to do that as well. So, since it's only 6 episodes long, we binged it over the weekend. And we're doing Season 4 of Channel Zero, The Dream Door. Before we get into it, spoiler warning now! If you want to avoid spoilers, skip ahead to the time code you see on the screen. Let's get into cast and crew rundown. Tim was played by Brandon Scott. He was actually Luke in Season 3, and he was in Blair Witch as Peter. Jillian was Maria Sten, and she's going to be in the new Swamp Thing TV show.
Yeah.
Ian was Stephen Robertson, and I was getting huge, adorable, nerdy stoner vibes from Cabin in the Woods.
Yes.
From him. He's been in lots of TV stuff. Well, not a lot of one-off TV stuff. He's only had like 10 acting gigs under his name, so this is the biggest thing he's been in. And then Pretzel Jack, the fucking awesome Pretzel Jack, was Troy James, who is fucking awesome. He was scuttling Father Time in Season 3 for one episode. He was in The Flash as Ragdoll. He was in The Strain as various mongrels. And he was in The Void as a sleepwalker.
Interesting.
And The Void was his first movie. Some minor bit players. Vanessa Moss was the incomparable Barbara Crampton. In episode 1, when he first goes to the house, it's a faraway shot. It's like, is that Barbara Crampton? Next episode, that's Barbara Crampton, yes! Yes, Queen, yes! Whatever. I don't get like that from very many people. Miss Crampton is one of them. She has been in so much stuff, but You're Next, We Are Still Here, Reanimator, don't watch Dead Night, but she was in that too. Just a bunch of stuff. She's a fucking legend. Abel, the psychiatrist, was Steven Weber. He got his big break in Wings way back in the day. He's also been in the Shining remake. He was in a movie called Jeffrey in 1995 that I always appreciated because he played a gay character way before it was trendy or cool to do so. I've always been a fan of him for that. Detective McPhillips was Greg Brick, which I think is a fucking awesome name. My name's Greg Brick.
It's very butch.
I know. He was in Saw 5 and Saw 3D as Malik, and he had a part in Handmaid's Tale. Detective Frazier, who I'm embarrassed I didn't recognize, is Marina Kerr. She was in Season 1 as Frances Booth. Mm-hmm. So she was in, Candle Cove. I did not even recognize her. I'm really ashamed of that. As well as the next one, too. Sarah Winters was Diana Bentley, and she was in Season 3 as Edie Peach. Once I read that, I was like, yep, okay, yes, now I see it now. I didn't during the show. And Bill Hope was Greg Henry. He's been in Guardians of the Galaxy. I know him from The Following and Slither.
Mm-hmm. Slither is where I was remembering him from.
Right, and he's also been in Belko Experiment, which is on our list of things to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Was on our giant list for this October, but we just didn't get to it. And that is the cast and crew I have, unless you have somebody else to add.
No, you pretty much touched on everyone.
Right on. Let's just go with the format, I guess. Let's get into our initial thoughts about the show. I'll put it like this. We've been horror fans for decades. We know how hard it is to make new, iconic, scary horror characters. It's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
Pretzel Jack is that. He is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
If not for Troy James being in this, I don't know if this would have been as successful.
Mm-hmm.
Pretzel Jack was such a cool fucking character. And those brief episodes he wasn't there, I was really sad. I was like, I want Pretzel Jack back. He's so cool. Like, the man did an amazing job at emoting without speaking, his body language. Then if you go back and watch his videos of him as him, like on America's Got Talent and some other like horror stuff, the dude's freaking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even need the makeup. Him aside, though, just taking the season as it is, I enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
Much better than fucking last season, which I did not like at all. And here's the dichotomy for me with that. Last season was Butcher's Block, and that was based off of the Search and Rescue creepypasta, which is really good. It's one of my favorite creepypastas. It's one of those like where nothing happens, but so much happens.
Mm-hmm.
And this one was like the opposite. This is based on Hidden Door, and it's like super short, and nothing happens. Like nothing happens. Literally, it's like Like the first episode of this season is a hidden door. And then they tacked on things at the end. The minute that Pretzel Jack escapes, that's the end of the creepypasta. So to take like the little kernel they had and make it into this awesome thing, I was super impressed. It wasn't a perfect season, but after trudging through the crap last year, when you drag Rutger Hauer through some bullshit for 6 episodes, you know, this was a welcome return to form, in my opinion, of what this series could be.
I highly enjoyed it as well. As you said, Pretzel Jack was awesome. And then we have some of the other supernatural elements, too, of Tall Boy. Mm-hmm. Tall Boy was super freaky.
The Crayon Kids were so fucking cool.
The Crayon Kids. I could deal with an entire season with them as the bad guys.
We did not get to see enough of them.
Yes, they were just awesome. And then, you know, I thought acting was well. Mm-hmm. The violence was, know, it was sparse at first, but then you got to the, you know, the later episodes, and then it was just violent, super violent. And I thought it told its story very well. Mm-hmm. Also, I need to mention really cool homes. Each of their houses, I was just like, oh my god, I want that house.
Well, yeah, nerdy neighbor guy had like fucking cool ass house. I was like, I want that house. The main couple's house looked cool from the outside, but looked very pedestrian on the inside. Nerdy guy's house was fucking cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely agree with that.
This was up there with the second season for me.
Agreed. There's a few minor detractions. I liked virtually everything about No End House. It took a fun creepypasta and expanded on the universe in a really interesting way. And with a great ending, which I won't spoil in case people haven't seen it. Spoiler there, that's where this kind of fell flat for me. But 90% of this I really enjoyed. Well, I guess let's just do like kind of a loose interpretation based on our normal breakdowns. What were some of your favorite moments?
Some of my favorite moments was, well, I mean, it kind of goes without saying, anything that had Pretzel Jack in it. Any of his scenes were just fantastic.
Yeah, they were.
Well, I mean, we kind of just pretty much touched on all of it. Pretzel Jack and Tallboy and the Crayon Kids.
What was there anything specifically that stuck out to you? For me, it was the very first death of Dude Friend.
That, and also when Pretzel Jack came in through the window at the psychiatrist office.
Yeah, that was cool.
That yeah.
Even like him hiding underneath their porch in the backyard of that one family was so cool.
Oh, and another shot that I absolutely loved was when they were leaving the house to go to the psychiatrist office, and they didn't see that Pretzel Jack was right behind them. And they're just driving off, and there's that, 8-foot tall Pretzel Jack just walking super fast.
Right.
And it was just such a good shot. That is another thing I'll have to give this season, was it had really good cinematography.
Yeah, I did.
For another instance of another shot that I really liked, I think it was episode 6 when she was driving to the ghost neighborhood.
Yeah.
And it was nighttime, and it was just that faraway shot of the car driving down the road at night.
There's even that one shot of when they were in the ghost town. I think she's running away, but it's a far wide shot, and you can see her running, and then the thing's chasing her. I think it's Tallboy, or it might be her fake husband. One of them's chasing after her. It's a really cool shot that stuck out with me as well.
Another thing that I totally forgot to mention about something I really enjoyed this season was the music. I wouldn't exactly call it 80s, but it was very synth happy. And I was highly enjoying it.
Right on. Okay, well, what were some mediocre parts of the season then for you?
One, I thought when the husband was being a dickhead, he was going really far out of his way to be a dickhead. There were several times that I was not liking the husband at all. And then the cops.
Yes.
Didn't like the cops. And they were portrayed so cliche. Cops.
Yes, they were. Yes.
The tacked on ending at the very end.
That just
where the girl was little baby was produced in the door, and I'm like, that baby has no concept of door. So
I ranted about that. I wrote notes for each episode. I wrote, I swear to God, if that baby makes a door. And then it did. I was like, it can't even understand what a door is. Like, okay. Then what the fuck is inside of that door? It has no concept of anything. Blah, 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 blah. That's a baby. What? Oh, my God. Oh, yes. The end was so shoddy. It just, like, if you hadn't done that, you could have done literally anything else. Unless it's the mom making the door to bring someone out to keep her company. So I don't know if the baby was making the door or if the mom was making the door. I hope it was the mom. But it looked like the baby. Yeah. And that is insulting. It's like you make this awesome gourmet meal for people, and you're like, here, eat this. And then when you're about ready to eat it, somebody just comes and takes a shit on it. And it's like, why did you do that? That was unnecessary. Now I can't eat this. I can't enjoy this as much as I would have. So, yeah, future stuff, just don't shit on the last very thing you do. Because it can make or break the absolute feel of your entire season. That is my biggest mediocre moment.
Don't give us a Weinstein tacked on ending.
And then the cops, hold on. I called them something. Like I specifically named them something. Give me 1 second. I called them the cocky, too comfortable police. Like, why are you so cocky? And get your foot off of his bed.
Yeah, dude was constantly lounging.
I'm like, dude, he's in a hospital. He just got stabbed.
Do you have back problems? Is that what's going on?
Maybe don't put your fucking foot on his bed. Rude. Rude.
And on a side note, I'd say the only other minor mediocre thing is how cute the neighbor was, and then to see his eating habits. I
know. I was wondering if you're going to feel the same way about Ian that I did. I was like, oh my God, totally. He's so adorable.
Yes.
Yeah. Like when he first introduced himself, I'm like, okay. Yay.
It's like, hello, neighbor.
Right? Why aren't you my neighbor? Like, I need help at midnight, too. Where are you at? My neighbors are both ladies. There's no justice in this world. A couple mediocre things for me, in addition to what you said. I didn't like all of Jill's acting.
Yeah, she was kind of... How do I put this? What's chick's name from Twilight? Kristen Stewart. She was kind of pulling that level of, like, constant monotone, like flat all the way through.
Sometimes. She was good at emoting, I thought, some parts. Sometimes her delivery was really weird. And you can't have Ian being all like convulsy, shaky, eyes rolling in the back of his head, creating a door, and she's just like, It doesn't work for me. You need to be. You don't know how to use your powers. He does. He's having a full-on conniption fit. You need to be doing worse than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, her trying to summon doors was almost laugh out loud.
Meanwhile, we're seeing Ian's O-face. So.
Oh yeah, no complaints there. No complaints there, buddy. Like, you hit the spot, we'll create a door. And there won't be no fucking larva baby inside of it. The show kind of jumped the shark on itself with that. The larva baby. Come and love it. No, I'll go. No, go outside then. What? It's a fucking larva baby.
I think I would have appreciated that more if it had turned out that the neighbor had created it.
Oh, yeah.
In order to, further the rift between the two of them.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah. And I will say, in that scene, though, they did a good job with the baby sound effects.
Yes.
That was really good. Like, I felt sad for this thing. I was like, oh, they picked the right sound effects for that. And then there might be other nitpicky things in my notes, but those are, like, you nailed the big two. The ending and the cops were huge. Anything else you'd like to add? You want to go to my notes?
Notes is fine.
All right, these are by episode, so they're not super long. I like the line where she says, roses are lazy and dishonest.
Yeah.
Like, yes, because I fucking hate roses. I hate flowers in general. I think it's so cliche. They're so fucking
They're just
cliche.
Weeds.
You want to make art with them? Cool. But to give, like, don't give, no. It's stupid. I thought that the door would look scarier at first, when they first showed it in the basement, not knowing what it was based off of yet. But I expected, like, this creepy-ass Silent Hill-looking door. I wrote, the Second Amendment exists, so you can open up mysterious doors in a basement, because the dude had the big-ass shotgun. I was trying to open the door with it. I wrote that the death scene of the friend was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. This is how you stab somebody in the head. And it was just like so brutal and graphic.
Mm-hmm.
I was sold. I'm like, yes, we're not pulling any punches. Awesome. And I love that when Pretzel Jack left, he like flailed his arms in the air and like hit the top of his arm on the door. That just cracked me up. He was so in character. Seeing what I've seen of Troy, I'm just so glad he's making it because he has such a unique condition, but it's perfect for this genre. I wrote, ooh, neighbor guy is kind of cute. Episode 2, after it opens up with the cops being there at Dude Friend's house, I wrote, thank you. Most, like, a lot of horror stuff, they leave. They're like, oh my god, they leave. She called the cops. That's what you would do. Thank you. Then fucking Dr. Pillhead was like, take a Xanax during the day and an Ambien at night. I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope, you are going to be fucked. I have tried both of those things. Xanax put me to sleep. Xanax are wonderful for going to sleep. Ambien is like nightmare drug. Ambien is horrible. Don't take Ambien. I thought it was interesting he kept, cute neighbor guy kept asking, have you tried lucid dreaming? I was like, where are you going with that, buddy? They really didn't touch on that, but it's like, I'll lucid dream with you, sir. Okay, awesome. Barbara Crampton's masturbating. Good for her. Then she has some tea. She sparks up a joint. I was like, now I need to be friends with Barbara Crampton. Even more. Holy shit. Yes. She's my new best friend. Episode 3, we open up with the fight from episode 2. Pretzel Jack is there. I was like, go Barbara Crampton. Holy shit. Yeah. Fight back. But then I didn't like that when they were leaving the psychiatrist's office that Ian just showed up. It made sense later, but at the time I was kind of like, that's random. It wasn't, but at the time I was. Huge LOL moment for me. He says, Ian says to them, name an animal, small and light, and Tom says a werewolf. I fucking died laughing. When Ian was having his seizure, it was kind of sexy, kind of funny. So yeah, when you were saying, yeah, I picked up on that too. And then they made a werewolf cat, which I thought was fucking cool.
Yes. Episode
4, the mistress lady says, why did a clown come out of your basement and stab me in the fucking leg? It's like awesome. It's just like, that's a line you would never hear anyone say ever. That's great. I wrote that Pretzel Jack's movements are so fluid, even running down the stairs. Just the way he's running down the stairs was fucking awesome. If I did a shot of the series, it's when Ian and Jill are trying to make Pretzel Jack disappear, and he says, now just let go. And when she makes Pretzel Jack let go, the shot of Pretzel Jack in the water just letting go of Tom was awesome. And then I wrote, it's his sister, holy shit. It's Tall Boy, holy shit. Wasn't feeling Tall Boy as much as you were, though. But the Crayon Kids made up for that. I wrote, okay, are we building up to a battle of bro versus sis? Like a battle of imaginary real friend people? Kind of had an elfin lead vibe to it. And then he, like, kisses her and I'm like, dude, that's your half-sister.
Yeah.
You're still cute and all, but come on. And then I thought to myself, their baby would be super fucking powerful. Episode 5, I wrote that he's training her to fight him in the future. I wrote that Pretzel Jack is greater than Tallboy. I wrote that Tallboy could have just, like, dragged the dad back through the door. There'd been no evidence. Why didn't he do that? Thought it was interesting that Ian confessed to everything, including the stuff he didn't do. I liked the little touch of him reciting the Miranda rights with the detective. Thought that was cool. And I thought it was kind of anticlimactic at the time. Because I was like, he's just getting arrested. Okay. Then I said she made an orgasm door. Had a larva baby. Kind of an amusing moment was when the two detectives were talking to each other in the car, but it was a wide shot of the car driving. And they're talking about if he's a serial killer or not, Ian. Then it goes to the shot in the car, and Ian's in the back seat. So they're talking about Ian with Ian in the car. I thought it was really funny. And then my favorite moment of Tallboy is when he was pretty much summoned to take out the cops in front of a school bus full of kids.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And side note, that little boy is never getting on a bus ever again, ever at all now. Never. Daddy, no socks. Will never be able to do that. Oh my god. I love that fucking scene.
And just throwing out there, I also very much like the scene afterwards that just shows neighbor guy just walking up to the front door, covered in blood, just grinning.
Yeah, you know how I'm about, like, dirty, bloodied up people. I was like, ooh. Like, hello, Ian. I said at least a larva baby died while being held. And I wrote, now stop making orgasm doors.
Yeah.
Then the final episode. I like the part where Ian has Tom in that house as like a prisoner. And Ian's doubled over in pain. Tom immediately takes that moment to run. I was like, thank you. That's, again, more smart writing. If you were like that, if you have a moment of opportunity to get the fuck out of there, get the fuck out of there. I wrote then, I was like, where's the red kid? Not even a minute later. Oh, there they are. I was like, yay, all of them. Oh, I love the Crayon Kids so much.
Yes.
And then Tom just gives himself tetanus because there's no other way to prove that you're human.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote, there's dozens of empty houses all over the place. They couldn't have picked a better place to hide. It had no roof. It had like a wall. Like, it was basically like not even a foundation. It was so weird. And then I had a huge like, Pretzel Jack is back! Yay! That was awesome. And I like the initial fight between Tallboy and Pretzel Jack when Jack does his like just drop down kick thing. Looked fucking cool. And then a mediocre part to me was Tallboy killing Ian. I thought it was mediocre. I thought the doors appearing was really low rent looking. And them all just vanishing, I thought was kind of eh. And I didn't like that Tallboy killed Ian. There was plenty of time for him to stop. And then when they showed the little epilogue that we didn't need, okay, I was like, okay, is that a real baby or a door baby?
Yeah.
And those are all for my notes. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think you got it.
Go to final thoughts.
Final thoughts is good.
All right. I would recommend this.
Yes.
Yes. If you're a fan of Channel Zero, definitely watch it. If I know people who loved last season. I don't get why. It was horrible. I urge people to actually listen to the creepypasta or read it, whatever you prefer. It's so much better. This took, like I said, a tiny little glimmer and made it this just shiny, awesome thing. And you get to see one of the most awesome, I said, newly iconic horror characters in Pretzel Jack. A guy who's like a horror character, but at the same time, very sympathetic.
Yeah.
Just the unconditional love he had for Jill. And it just showed. And I thought the backstory of his creation was cool. And I thought the final battle could have been way better. Way better. Considering how powerful Ian was supposed to be. But overall, it was a solid watch.
And I would totally agree. I mean, I still haven't seen season 3.
Oh, I thought you had. Okay.
But this one I was looking forward to seeing. And I was thrilled that it lived up to my expectations. And I'm constantly recommending Channel Zero to people anyways, so.
Okay, well, that takes care of final thoughts. But before we go, as it pertains to Dream Door, what did we learn?
I learned that I bet you anything at Professor X's school they would not teach you how to not make orgasm doors.
Right. I learned that I want to learn how to open up Ian's dream door.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're not. We're nasty. That wraps up this episode. Thank you for listening. If you've seen Season 4 of Channel Zero, Dream Door, tell us what you thought of the series, the season, in the comments down below. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends or cool people who might dig the Vizcast. And please subscribe to the channel, including hitting that notification bell to stay up to date on the newest content. Speaking of newest content, we're finally going to be starting The Haunting of Hill House this week. Yay! You know how hard it's been to avoid spoilers?
And I can tell you that I've been making a conscious effort to avoid spoilers. And you know me, I don't give a shit about spoilers.
Right.
But this one...
Yeah. So we are both very excited to see it, and that will be coming up very soon. So until then, once again, my name is Philip.
And I'm TJ.
And we'll return next time to talk about possibly Hill House, unless something else comes up like this. So until then, goodbye.
Bye.